What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here. We're back with another World Cup daily roundup. We're at the pinnacle of Group C and Group D. Let's start with Group C.
Yeah, so it was the earlier action. Kickoff was at 3 o'clock for Australia versus Peru and Denmark versus France. Both Denmark and France needed a draw and they played out 0-0. A really drab match.
I think it was probably the most boring game of the tournament so far. Well, definitely the one I've watched anyway.
Yeah, first 0-0 of the tournament. That probably says a lot. Denmark had one shot on target all game. I think, who was it? Jorgensen after the game came out and said that we came into the game to play defensively to keep France out. And they did the job. And at the end of the day, it's a bit of a shame because in the other game, Australia played Peru and Peru ended up winning 2-0. And if Denmark would have known that, maybe they would have gone more attacking, gone for the win, and maybe could have finished top of the group. But at the end of the day...
Were you impressed with anyone in the France team?
Well, they rested quite a few players, so it wasn't their first team.
Griezmann.
Yeah, Griezmann's probably their best player, but again, they struggled, I thought. Again, they haven't impressed in any game, really. France, they got two lucky 1-0 one-goal wins against Australia and against Peru. I thought they were quite lucky in both games.
We've seen the World Cup won by slow starters before.
It's true, and they've got enough
to get the wins as well.
They've got enough. Yeah, they've got enough quality to come up against any team really and give them trouble. So I wouldn't write off France straight away, but in this game, and I think throughout the tournament, they have definitely struggled. They haven't looked themselves. They haven't looked their attacking best. I remember when they played England in a friendly a few months ago, Dembele, Mbappe, Griezmann, they would look lightning. Yeah, they look unbelievable, and I just haven't seen any of that at this World Cup. Unfortunately, they've got such good young players, such quick players dribbling. It's a shame.
Yeah, well, let's hear what our great friend in Paris, Byron from PSG Fan TV, had to say on the matter.
Hi, we're Tottenham TV. Hello Ben, hello Sim. Well, tonight it was a very boring game. I think the draw will suit both teams. Both were qualified, are qualified. I mean, it doesn't help, the attractiveness of this game. Players-wise, I think French players were not at their best. Maybe Varane was good, Benjamin Mendy too, when he came on, and Kanté is always good. Well, I'm going to talk about Eriksen now because it's one of your players, and obviously he's Denmark's best player. But tonight, I don't think he did a lot. Maybe he worked more defensively because offensively there wasn't that much. So, what can I say? I think France could do well for maybe they reach semi-finals. I hope. And Denmark is a decent team, and I think they do better next game. That's pretty much it. I don't think you enjoyed the game because in France we didn't. So see you soon, guys, and have a nice rest of the World Cup. Bye.
All right, thanks as always, Byron. So what do you make out of the Australia-Peru game?
Well, as I was watching the Denmark-France game, I only caught glimpses of the game. But it's a shame for Australia to go out like this. I thought they gave France a real go. They just about lost that game through a lucky goal from Pogba deflection. And
but I'm happy for Peru to get that win finally on their belt because they've looked really good in those first two games.
They've been entertaining,
and it's a nice little story for Guerrero as well after that drug ban and coming back. And
scoring the winner. Yeah, and Correa's got a lovely volley.
He
plays for Watford.
Yeah,
one of Watford's many players. Great goal, great win for Peru, but it's a shame for Australia going out with a bit of a whimper, not really much of a fight. Which, given their past two performances, you thought maybe they can get a win here, forced Denmark's hand a bit, but it wasn't to be. And about one other point, it was great to see Timmy Cahill get one final run out at 38.
Shame we didn't get to see his boxing celebration.
Yeah, absolute shame. After the sun, he scored the last World Cup. But will there be another tournament in for him? You never know. You never know with Timmy Cahill.
Probably for Tim Cahill.
At 42. Who knows?
He'll probably still be Australia's best player in 4 years.
Exactly. It's a shame, but anyway, good to see.
Let's hear from Man Cave Dave. If you haven't seen it before, his man cave is the best man cave probably in the world. Spurs everywhere in that man cave. Check it out. Let's see what he had to say on the game.
I'm Man Cave Dave for WeAreTottenhamTV. A poor result there. Australians don't go through again. We got 1 point. But look, our final third result, our final third was just terrible. They were slow. We just couldn't go forward quick enough. We couldn't pass quick enough. Midfield, Moy was just quiet. We played better for Huddersfield. Zani should have been put on straight away. Again, I believe he made a mistake there. And Cahill should have been put on at half time. We just couldn't set plays. Just nothing. Hardly any shots on goal. The number 9 was just terrible. Rodic, it's just another loss for Australia, and a couple of decisions should have gone our way. But look, Man Cave looks pretty cool. Hopefully, we do well in the next competition. Another 4 years, at least we can handle the heat. So enjoy the rest of the World Cup.
All right, nice one, Man Cave Dave. Moving on to Group D. Had a great couple of games in Group D tonight.
Real absolute drama in this group. The last 20 minutes of these games were absolutely fantastic. Obviously, Argentina going to this game needing to beat Nigeria to progress into the last 16, and Iceland also needing to beat Croatia to potentially step into the second place if Nigeria were to falter. Because obviously Nigeria started the game in second place, and Argentina nicked it right at the end. Marcus Rojo out of nowhere, coming up with like a Messi-esque volley on his weaker foot. Oh, absolute scenes.
When the goal goes in and he scores that goal, I'm like, who is that? That's not Messi. That's not Higuain. That's not Aguero. It's bloody Marcus Rojo.
Unbelievable. And you know what? Credit to Sampaoli. I thought they were better today than they were in the other two games.
I still don't think they were good.
Not saying much. And I agree with you. I don't think they were good. They could have easily gone out. Igalo with that volley should have put that away. Was it a penalty in your opinion for Rojo when he heads it onto his hand? No, I agree with you. I don't think it was.
Definitely not.
Some of the pundits on BBC saying yes.
Definitely not. Definitely. He doesn't know where his hand's there. He's in a natural position.
How can you say it's deliberate?
He's in an absolute natural position.
In a way, it's similar to the Iran one yesterday,
which
was also an absolute farce. That was a joke of a decision. But
VAR's become a bit of a farce at this World Cup, to be honest.
Well,
at the beginning I really liked it up until the England game, but now the referees are ruining it. It's not the.
I think it creates more drama. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it does create more drama, but the technology is there. But I just don't think the referees are using it in the correct way.
Do you think it was well for the Nigeria penalty? VAR was used correctly there. Mascherano pulling down the.
It was a penalty.
You think? Yeah. I thought he had an absolute stinker all day.
He did.
Mascherano from minute one.
Yeah.
From minute one, giving the ball away, getting easily.
He looks awful.
Musa beat him.
I want to talk about that player from Argentina, Meza. He is
shocking,
awful.
Absolutely shocking.
What was he on today? How is he in that team?
It says it all on FIFA. He's a 73.
Mate,
it says it all.
How do you have a player like that on the pitch when you've got players like Aguero and Dybala?
Dybala didn't even get a minute.
You know what I mean?
Didn't get a minute.
Absolutely disgraceful. Sampaoli needs to sort that out.
But where I'll give Sampaoli credit is he brought Banega back in, who I thought was absolutely exceptional. And I don't know why he wasn't being played the past 2 games. And he actually, I thought he got a formation, this 4-3-3 formation, that kind of worked for them, especially in the first half. I thought Higuain and Messi and Banega were linking up pretty well together. Di Maria had a shocker again.
I don't think it did work that well for them, because I thought Nigeria could easily have beaten them today.
In the second half, I agree with you, but in the first half, they could have been a couple of goals up. I thought Messi was really involved.
Yeah, great goal by Messi.
What a goal that was.
What, that touch.
Yep. Banega with a pinpoint ball, and what a touch that was by Messi, taking away from the defender, not giving him a chance on his weaker foot, putting it in that top corner. Absolutely stunning from Messi. Finally he's arrived at this World Cup.
Yeah.
But yeah, that all came as well from Banega again, who I thought was probably Argentina's best player. And I think you've got to give Sampaoli credit in that sense, but he's still got a lot of issues to sort out.
What about that Higuain miss?
Oh, a striker of his quality has got to be at least hitting the target there. At least he's got form for this though. Higuain in big moments, in big games, etc.
I would say I've never really rated Higuain as in that proper world-class category. He's always been that bit below. I know in that season in Real Madrid he scored 27 goals.
I would say that what season took it up for him was that season at Napoli, just before he signed for Juventus.
Yeah.
He was world-class that season.
But he was also world-class that season at Real Madrid when he got 27, 28 odd goals.
He's had a couple of seasons, but Juventus he hasn't really...
But to call him world-class, he needs to do it consistently.
Yeah.
Season after season after season after season. He doesn't do that.
And in the big moments, he flops. Those
And
World
he hasn't
Cup
had a great
misses.
season for Juve this season.
For Juve, he hasn't been great. He has ever since he joined. Really, he hasn't been unbelievable. But what do you think of Dybala not getting a minute as well?
I think it's a disgrace, and it's probably a disgrace that Icardi's not there as well.
Icardi's not. Aguero only came on the last 10 minutes. I don't know, maybe he can't find the balance, he can't find a way to fit these players in, but when you're playing players like Meza, I don't get it. But
anyway, you got to give credit to Nigeria today, because I thought they really played well. It was a really shame.
They did all right. It was a shame.
I
thought they had space, and I don't think they made the most of it. I think Musa, Iheanacho, they had a lot of chances
Musa
there.
Completely done Mascherano at one point.
Completely. But when you don't they didn't create enough chances for me. They played well. I thought their midfield three of Mikel, Mbolo and Ndidi were fantastic. I thought maybe they could have stopped Benega a bit more, but other than that, I thought they were energetic. I thought they were pretty
good
calm.
players in that side.
Yeah. And you've got to give them credit in that sense, but I don't think they did enough to win the game, and they kind of got the draw. I think in this game, they had to be looking for a win, because in my opinion, I know Iceland lost, but you can't rely on Iceland losing.
Of course.
And that's where I felt like they were doing that. And I know it would have paid off if they would have won or drawn, but Nigeria, I thought Argentina just about did enough to get it.
They nearly had it, though. They nearly had it.
That chance when Igalo was the one.
They nearly had it at 1-1. They're going through.
Yeah, Igalo was the one. That was the chance. You make it 2-1 there, Argentina out, Nigeria through. But
let's hear from our great friend Rad from UAE Spurs, who's going to speak to us about Argentina.
Hello once again, this is Rad here at the official UAE Spurs Supporters Club here in Dubai, and a big hello of course to our friends at WeAreTottenhamTV. Final score tonight, Argentina 2, Nigeria 1. Drama to the very end, with two games happening of course at the same time. This result, coupled with Croatia's victory over Iceland, means unbelievably Nigeria are out and Argentina are through to the second round to play France in the last 16 of the World Cup. Messi didn't mess about this time. He arrived, he played, he passed the ball, and he scored an amazing goal. But it wasn't easy, and credit to Nigeria. They fought to the very end. It took another classy goal. Once again, VAR came to the fore. Was it a penalty? Was it not? Were they fouls? Were they not penalties? To both sides, particularly the handball in the Argentina box. But at the end of the day, Argentina are through. Let's see what happens. See you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks as always, guys. Let's move on to Iceland, Croatia.
Yeah, so Iceland obviously needed a win to progress. Unfortunately, they just fell short. Croatia winning 2-1. Another late goal on theme of this World Cup.
Croatia resting a few players as well.
Yeah, they rested a lot of players. Modric, though, was playing, which is enough probably. Iceland gave it a real good go. They're hitting the post. They're forcing the keeper into saves, but unfortunately, they just couldn't make the pressure tell only up until really the last 15 minutes when they got that penalty. I thought Croatia, they broke on them well. They were very good on the counter-attack. And Perisic with that goal. Did you see Perisic's goal? Absolutely
I haven't actually seen it yet.
Absolutely fantastic. Cut across the keeper.
Last minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic goal from him. Obviously, Sigurdsson missed a penalty against Nigeria, put it right at the top corner.
It's nice to see Siggy score just after he exits the tournament, because I love that guy, Siggy. What a player.
He's a fantastic player, but I always feel like he doesn't do it. He's had two big moves now, and both times hasn't really happened for him.
But it was difficult for him, because he joined Spurs in that time when we were going through a bit of a dip, and the same with Everton as well. Yeah,
but also if you see his statistics, he creates a lot of chances and he scores a lot of goals, but you take away his set pieces, he's actually quite poor. Which again proved today, it was a penalty he scored.
Yeah. And also at Spurs, he wasn't really played in the right position.
No, he's played out on the left, which is a shame for him. But maybe, he's had a decent World Cup. I know he missed the penalty. Great penalty though today, and it's unfortunate for him that Iceland are going to be heading home. Iceland, I
love Iceland as a team. No superstars, just play as a complete team, a complete unit, and they can get big results against big teams.
I think they encountered themselves unlucky to be exiting this tournament on only 1 point. Against Argentina, they gave it a right good go. Against Nigeria, they could have easily got back in the game. They should have been winning before they were 2-0 down. And this game, they gave Croatia a real game. And it was, unfortunately, they just didn't do enough. It wasn't enough for them, but unlucky. Good luck to them in the future. I'm sure we'll see them at future tournaments, but they're going to be heading home for this one.
So far in the next round from these games, we've got France, who are going to play Argentina, which is going to be a massive game.
Saturday,
Massive
3 o'clock.
game.
I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. Two teams who haven't impressed, and it's going to be interesting to see how Argentina, if they change it up, or if France can maybe find their attacking unit, maybe get some groove going.
To be honest, I think France is going to win the game. I think it's going to be tight though.
I don't know. It depends. It depends how France approach this game. If they approach this game cleverly and don't just see Argentina as this really weak defensive team and kind of sit back a bit and maybe hit Argentina on the counter, I reckon it could be a trouncing. But if they go in this game too confident, I reckon they could be caught out.
I can't see them going in too confident just because of the start they've had. They've had a poor start, so I think they're going to be cautious. And I think they play the game though. Deschamps knows the way to play it, I think.
Be interesting, but it's going to be because Argentina only will know one way to play.
It's going to be a brilliant game. It's great to have two big teams like that coming up so early in the tournament.
Looking forward to it.
And the next game we've got will be Croatia against Denmark as well, which will be Eriksen against Modric.
Exactly, the past versus the future.
Yeah,
that's what I'd say. Eriksen, I think, has been one for Denmark, especially. He's probably been the best player of the tournament. He's been one of the stars. I think in every game, I think he's at least shown something.
Croatia are probably one of the teams of the tournament.
I think they've been the team in the tournament so far.
Better than Belgium, better than England.
Yeah, I would say so.
Just because they play better teams.
Yeah, exactly. And they've today even today they rested players against Iceland. They turned up. Got the third win, 3 wins out of 3. I think Modric has been one of the players of the tournament. Absolutely fantastic. Rakitic
at 32, is he?
Yeah, Rakitic, world class midfielder. Perisic is turning up. Mandzukic is a great striker for Juventus. They've got a real team there, and if they can get through Denmark and get to the quarterfinals, who knows where it could take them? They're one of the dark horses. I said that at the beginning of the tournament, and they're really showing up this tournament. The only thing I would worry about Croatia is they do usually start tournaments well, and they falter. Yeah. That is the worry I would have about Croatia, but maybe they've learned their lesson.
They can. That's a winnable game for them. That Denmark
for
game.
Sure.
They'll be happy that they got Denmark.
If they just keep Eriksen quiet, it should be all right. But it's a tough ask.
Yeah, well, that's the daily roundup. Let's move on and have a quick look at tomorrow's games.
Yeah.
So we start off with Mexico, Sweden, and Korea, Germany, which is actually a really tight group because Mexico on 6 points, Germany on 3 points, Sweden on 3 points, and Korea on 0 points.
So obviously Korea already out.
Well, actually, the Korea actually could go through if they win 5-0 or 6-0 against Germany.
Really?
Yeah. If Mexico beats Sweden and South Korea beat Germany like 5-0 or whatever it is.
I thought they were out already.
They're basically out because they're not going to beat Germany 5-0.
No, they're not going to beat Germany 5-0.
But there's a chance of all 4 teams going through in this group.
Wow, I didn't realise that. I thought someone crying because he was out already. I thought they were already going home. Oh, because I thought it was head-to-head. It's goal difference.
It's goal difference.
Yeah, it's goal difference. So it's interesting. Well, I doubt South Korea have a chance, but if it's kind of a straight fight between Mexico and Sweden. And it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out because 2 very, very contrasting approaches. You got Mexico with lovely fluid football, Lozano.
They're going to find it hard against Sweden because they just sit back, Sweden. They are the most defensive team probably.
In the tournament, and they nearly worked against Germany. It worked against South Korea. So it's not.
I got a feeling Sweden are going to nick this.
And to be fair to Sweden, they knocked Holland out the group stages of the qualifying. They knocked Italy out of the playoffs, and they were a minute away from knocking Germany out of the World Cup. So you can't discount them. They're clearly a threat. They're clearly big teams have clearly struggled against them. So I wouldn't give it a foregone conclusion that Mexico are going to win that game.
All right, predictions: Mexico, Sweden.
1-1.
1-1. I'm actually going to go 1-0 Sweden.
1-0 Sweden.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big one.
Korea, Germany.
And Korea, Germany, I'm going to go 3-0 Germany.
3-0 Germany. You think the Germans are going to finally show up?
Yeah, I think Korea, the way they reacted after that loss, I think they know they're already gone. And Son really is their only talisman. So.
I'm going to go... I can always see Germany conceding a goal. I'm going to go 3-1 and Heung-min Son to score for South Korea.
Go on, Son.
Let's look at the next group, which is the 7 o'clock game. So
this is really interesting.
Serbia, Brazil, and Switzerland, Costa Rica. So
Serbia need to beat Brazil.
Yeah, Serbia need to beat Brazil.
Which is going to be very interesting. Obviously, Costa Rica already out.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Switzerland will probably win that game. But you never know. We've seen today Peru beating Australia. And also Morocco drawing to Spain.
Yeah, but Costa Rica, sometimes when you've got nothing to play for, it can work in your favour.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Peru today, they won.
Yeah,
Morocco,
but Peru, yeah.
And Morocco drew to Spain. Both teams had nothing to play for. So it's not a foregone conclusion, but you've got to think Switzerland will probably...
Costa Rica are actually no mugs. They've got a few players in their team. They're actually not a bad side.
They're not a bad side, but you'd have to think Switzerland will want it more. You have to think that. So it all comes down to Brazil-Serbia, winner take all in that game. Well, a draw will take Brazil through, but it's going to be interesting.
What's your prediction? Serbia, Brazil.
Yeah, you have to go for Brazil. And you know what? I'm going to go for a draw. I reckon.
Draw.
Yeah, I reckon Serbia will put up a fight, but it will just be enough. I think we've seen so many close games in this tournament. I think Serbia have some good defensive players, and I've got enough in midfield to hurt Brazil, and I'm going to go for a 2-2.
Nah, I can't see a draw. I thought last game you saw Neymar enter the tournament, and yeah, well, he scored that goal.
He scored a goal at the end,
but they played all right.
90th minute. I thought he struggled.
I thought he played all right, and I think
this
game against this game against Serbia, he's going to really come to the fore.
It's going to be I don't know.
I'm going 3-0 to Brazil.
3-0 Brazil.
Yeah,
I think they got Milenkovic, Savic, they got Matic and Milahojlovic. There's three midfielders there. It's going to be hard for Brazil to
but I think
past them.
If Brazil get an early goal or a goal in the first half, Serbia are going to have to come out, and Brazil are really going to punish them on the counter.
Well, they have to come out anyway because they need to win.
Yeah,
they need a win.
But if they need that win, they don't need to come out so early. As opposed to if they concede
a late goal. Fair point.
Switzerland, Costa Rica.
I'm going to go 2-1 Switzerland.
2-1 Switzerland. I'm going to go for a draw in this game.
Draw.
I'm going to go for 1-1.
I think, fair enough. It could easily happen, but I feel Switzerland, you've got to feel they'll want it more. That's my feeling. All right.
So that was our World Cup roundup and our preview of tomorrow. If you like our content, subscribe, like, share, and comment below what you thought of the games today. And as always, come on England!